so much deeper when you quit playing charades. Yeah. You act so cool, but underneath you seem afraid. There's something sweet about your eyes when you feel safe. Yeah. When your heart is racing at the speed of light, and you feel like you got nowhere else to go. No, I'll hold you till the sun comes in the morning light. Yeah, I'll keep you safe, I'll never let you go. When your heart is racing at the speed of light. When your heart is racing at the speed of light. Yeah, I'll keep you safe. Yeah, I'll keep you safe, I'll never let you go. When your heart is racing at the speed of light.
Welcome back everyone to ULTI.TV's coverage of the glorious CFC live from the volcanic Lanzarote sands. Action as we go into the bracket stage. We have Woodies in white taking on No Limit in red, and Woodies getting on the board to take a 1-0 lead. Benchy Reese alongside the French firecracker, Luca Bouchon.
Hello, Benchy.
Is this a commentary debut for you?
No, it's not the first time. I was commentating in Madrid once. Been doing, I think, maybe a semi-final at ECF for like French broadcast between Yaka and Shout, I believe. So no, not the first time, but that's a different one. That's a fun tournament. I'm excited to be along you. Like, it's very fun to hear you on stream. So
thank you. I mean, honestly, I've had a lot of fun this week. So yeah, I mean, there's something about CFC, isn't it, that's just a little bit special.
Yeah, I mean, great island, sunny. Yesterday we had a little bit of rain, but this is gone and we're just having fun. Elimination games are going to start soon and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so this is the kind of the bottom 8 quarterfinal. These two sides ranked 20th and 21st in the Swiss draw algorithm at the end of 5 rounds of Swiss draw. Woody's 1-0 to the goods at the moment. As that one, they're going to get a block here, I think, just undercutting it and getting a hand to knock it away. Yep. 2-0. Yep. Woody's now with a 2-0 lead. You've managed to get yourself a sneakier view outside the tent because it is glorious now. We did have a little bit of rain earlier and there is a very ominous looking cloud towards our left hand side, but I think that's going away from us and we've just got blue skies ahead.
Yeah.
Luca's one of our wonderful ULTI.TV All-Stars this week. How are we doing, Luca? Are we still undefeated?
We're still undefeated. I mean, it's just been very easy to play with such good players. Everyone is just clearing well, throwing well. You cannot even miss a throw. Like, I've been trying and they're just doing superhuman catches. What am I supposed to, like, you can't miss. They're too good.
I particularly enjoyed it when you threw it to yourself.
Ha! Yeah. Well, that was
it was visionary.
Yeah, let's say we're inventing things. Okay.
Stopping the roll and now getting things moving.
They're trying to play Horo.
Pump fakes the backhand. That one blades. That's a really tough catch made under pressure.
Sick. Tui's going deep.
With the wind, all of these throws are going to be a bit sketchier than they have been at other points in the weekend. It's come and gone, but at the moment it feels like it's the windiest it has been this weekend, which was why it was a little bit cruel. We had the youngsters game just before this one with our 6 Spanish announced team. Had a lot of fun listening to that.
Ah, that's too far. Are they playing forced middle? I didn't see.
I think in this wind, I think what a lot of teams will probably expect to see them front their cutters and say, look, if you want to try and put it deep in this wind, go ahead, because it's not going to be easy.
And there we see a huck. Yeah.
That one to no one in particular, but Woody's still in a good position with this early 2-0 lead.
Where's Woody's from?
Munich, in Germany.
Oh! Did you see that? Hand block on the end goal line.
And you cannot get better field position than this.
That's sick.
Just need to make sure that you don't rush it, although you back the score here. They've got a bracket on at the front of the end zone.
I want to see a push pass.
You nearly got it. Good work to come out of the end zone, just to drag a little bit of traffic out of there. Now looking for some give-go motion, not there.
Oh!
Shows the hammer. Luca wanted it.
I want it so bad. That or a push pass. Yeah, nah.
And then the inside throw was just a little bit behind and the window closed.
Oh, and he's hucking it.
That looks like a well-weighted huck as well. Didn't overthrow it.
That's
and
great.
Was well read in these windy conditions. This time they're going to put it deep again. This one's going to hang, and it's well defended by Woodies.
Yeah, receiver stays static. When the hucks are like floating like that, you want to kind of wait and do an approach jump in order to be jumping high.
It's trying to find that balance of not necessarily going straight up, but getting a little bit of attack on
That's
it.
That's a great put and a great bid.
Not giving up position. As you're right, that's a really good toe in down that sideline. You're being papped.
I know.
Oh, I love that one over
That's
the top
sexy.
toss. There's some veteran throwing power in here from Woodies. And then they utilize the break side motion for the score. They've taken a 3-0 lead and put themselves in a very good position.
Yeah, you can tell they have like a little bit more flow. They're using the width of the field, sorry, a little bit better. And yeah, this is making the difference.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience on this German outfit. And again, I think Germany is not necessarily one of the nations you always think about being a great beach country, but they've got a lot of they've had a lot of kind of historical success, really, of playing teams who know how to play kind of smart, sensible beach ultimate, and they know how to adjust their game to play on the sand. They're happy to kind of toss things up a little bit more and let the wind take them and carry them. And yeah, it's very rare, I think, that you'll see German teams come out with throws and you feel like that's such a grass throw. I feel like generally they adjust them pretty well.
What's a grass throw? What's a beach throw?
I feel like a beach throw, you have to have a bit more touch on it, whereas grass throws, you can kind of make them a bit zippier because it's easier to chase after.
I feel like, yes, more touch, but also just more spin, and because it's usually windier, so you don't want the discs to pop.
Yeah, you really got to get those revs through it. Oh, sick layout bid. Woodies have came to play.
Yeah.
Shooting for the end zone, it's well defended. I don't know how much she knew about it, but I think she had a good idea of, well, the disc's somewhere in the area, so I'll make myself as big as possible, and it works.
Oh my god.
This one...
This is for me! It's coming my way. Almost. Almost.
There was a look around of, what were we doing there? And the wind has died down a little bit, but as you probably expect, it is coming off the Atlantic and pushing things towards the near sideline as we're looking at it through the camera.
We're seeing a lot of the CFC caps on people's. Everyone seems to like it.
Are you going to get one?
I might. I got too many caps already, and
Big bid, doesn't get there. And now they can take advantage with the quick pick and go. Lovely toss over the top, and he just stood there and plucked it down. Good way to get on the board there for No Limit. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm like, I've got so many hats. And yeah, I'm sort of tempted.
You see that throw on the reset is exactly what you're talking about. You cannot afford to not have touch on the reset. You gotta give your receiver a chance, make it float. Because if it's zippy and they cannot push the ground and accelerate and go for that catch, that's not. So you gotta be kind to your receivers on beach.
100%. And that's why I've got a 100% completion ratio this week.
Absolutely. I've had 2 turnovers and I'm not proud of them.
I do think we need to work out how to stop going down early in games, though.
Yeah, perhaps put a real O-line or people that threw a little bit before getting into the game.
Or to be fair, so far it's working, so like...
Yeah, I mean...
The setback's just the setup for the comeback. That's what they say.
This is a roller, I guess.
Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of an edge and come back towards this near sideline and towards the near end zone. Again, set them up probably just beyond midfield.
There's no limit Swiss. I see some Swiss faces, a Swiss jersey.
I'm going to say yes. I don't have the roster in front of me because the internet is down.
Oh.
But I think so.
Woodies, Woodies, Woodies!
It would have been sick if she got there, but just trying to get a chance to go up and attack it, and in the end it didn't have the opportunity to adjust and get the layout scored. There is a real international flavour, though, amongst the teams here at CFC, which is great. It's nice playing, playing against teams from all over Europe, because we are technically in Europe, even though we are realistically off the coast of Africa.
Yeah, which is very good, actually. Nice weather.
It catches you out. You think, oh, it's a flight to Spain. How bad can it be? And then the flight's 4 hours. And it's like, oh, I see. Throw came out all wrong. And Woody's going with that tossed backhand. Good utilization of the wingspan there on the force.
13 is big.
And so often I think you say, okay, play with a lot of length. Obviously they're going to go downfield, but if you put them in the handler spot, you've just got so many more ways of breaking the mark.
Yeah. Again, more touch, higher chance of success. Be kind, be kind.
Huge shout out to the team here at CFC, the organisational crew from WOODIES, who are putting on a great tournament once more. To the sponsors, to Eurodisc and to Flipware as well. Flipware, of course, have helped make what I think are very stylish mint green tank tops. Other people seem to be less enamoured with them.
I'm rolling with it.
Steph wanted orange, but he was roundly downvoted.
Yes. We got to shout out Chloe Olivier for that. She was like, we're not
she was
wearing
like,
orange.
I'm not wearing that.
That's not happening.
I have standards, you know. And the second she was like, I'm not sure we should do this, everyone was like, oh, thank God someone said it.
That's true.
I mean, I honestly, I quite like the orange, but it's not about me. The deep shot goes, and it just kept on going. The wind there kept pushing it and pushing it. The thing I have found is that it doesn't feel like November.
You say that right as I'm removing my shirt.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, you get it. Because where I live in deepest, darkest Wales, I'm not sure I've seen sun for about 3 months. And then you come here and it's like, this is weird. I'm not used to this.
Deep cut. This is too far. Oh, that guy was chasing. Push pass? No.
Just going to break it around instead. Trying to stretch them horizontally. They've got the inside option. Oh, it floats ever so slightly and he gets a paw, but not much more. Now the break around, there's a player on the ground over on the far side and there's going to be a stoppage. Injury, I think.
Yeah.
everyone getting ready to get back into position.
That's a great throw. I love this.
Goal signalled. Did manage to get underneath and keep it up. Like just the fake there to get the force coming over towards that forehand side ever so slightly and open up the space for that break throw.
Yeah, it's 4-2. I thought No Limit was going to go down bad, but it's a, let's say, high turnover game. I think we can see it, and that means a lot of chances of going back.
Yeah, it's the third game of the day for both these sides, and it is hot out here. Especially when you're playing, you're in the heat of the sun. It's difficult to stay hydrated, and by this time you've maybe had a few mojitos. So,
yes, we're being hydrated by Sam Murphy, and it's great.
What have you gone for? You gone for a Radler?
Yeah, exactly. I'm staying, safe.
Got to be an athlete.
Exactly. This party hard, but later. I want to win.
Winning is pretty fun, to be fair.
It is.
That's why we want to win the party.
Did we yesterday?
Honestly, I think we had a pretty good showing.
Yeah. Strong team.
There was a big period where it was ULTI.TV were owning the dance floor.
Yeah.
Laura
but sharing it with others. People were great. It was a, silent party. I need your take on silent parties.
The silent disco is like you asked AI to come up with an ADHD party, because it was like lights changing colours all over the place. You get bored of something after 10 seconds and you switch it to something else. I mean, I love it because if it ever gets too much, you can just take the headphones off and sit down for a bit, which you kind of can't necessarily do at an actual party. And I think, yeah, it's got its place now. I think. I will say that it's the most one-sided silent disco I think I've ever seen. It was red all day for me, pretty much.
Did you? That's crazy.
I love that scuba over the top though, and then he got a piece of it, and it wasn't enough. Give him the assist on it, but just the tiniest little tip. But utilising the width of the field again while going from one side to the other to create that space.
Yeah, seems like WOODIES is just better at throwing. I think it makes a pretty huge difference in this game. Yeah. It's rough in Frisbee. You gotta sprint hard, break hard, but then disc in hands, you gotta be calm and collected,
and I think even good teams, and we've definitely struggled with our points this week, is you try and ramp up that intensity on defense, and then when you get the block, all of a sudden it's like just go completely stone cold. It's like a Winter Olympic biathlete where you're doing the cross-country skiing, and then all of a sudden you've got to stop to do the shooting part, and it's like how do you measure and control your heart rate?
Yeah.
And the way Steph described it was you got to be Federer on offense and Nadal on defense.
Which is a good comparison, Imo.
I like it, yeah. It works. I think that's something he used back when he was coaching Isno.
Let's see if WOODIES can break upwind. Again, good throwing. Looking for that inside lane. Going around.
I like that they're resetting it well as well.
Yeah,
if there's just got a couple, if they just doesn't matter if it's early in the stall count. If they've got a free reset, we'll take it and we'll keep it moving.
That's a sexy blade, but it's too spicy. I'm not a big fan of hitting under's break side with the around. I find it too slow throw. Oh, and the disc is going up. Oh, he misread.
Stopped running. Yeah, he thought maybe it wasn't going to have the juice, and in the end, has his hand up in acknowledgement. That was on me. I should have kept going. Should have backed you.
Going downwind, that disc is going to get pushed. You gotta read it early. Keep running.
Your point about having that around is interesting, because I find if you can get the disc off early, absolutely I want to go with the inside throw. But the later you go, the later you are in the cut, then the less inside window you have, and I think the more you have to go to that around option.
Yeah.
Trying to blade it all the way across the pitch, and there wasn't a huge amount going on, so I tried to create something out of nothing.
My point is going around on that break side puts you on the sideline with a slow throw, which doesn't open up the window after. So I'd rather say, okay, I wasn't able to hit that inside window. I'm not going to my reset and using my legs. What is she gonna throw?
Yeah, she's just waiting for an open option. And oh, he bobbled it off his knee.
Yeah.
It's not been his finest point.
No. It's focus, and I guess that comes with fatigue as well.
Yeah, and it's very well that you mentioned fatigue there, because both sides clearly ever so slightly gassed. So we are going to get the timeout here, and that's going to give us the opportunity to hear some words from our wonderful sponsors. So don't go away. We'll return from CFC in about a minute or so's time.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
I worked for a Michelin star chef making gelato in Paris. I had my own restaurant in Nicaragua and a food truck in Australia. Why wouldn't you watch me? Check out my YouTube channel.
Welcome back to ULTI.TV's coverage of the wonderful CFC. My first time here, and I am having an absolute blast. Benjuris alongside Luca Bouchon.
It's fun. It's windy though.
It's getting a bit windier. It is getting a bit windier, that's for sure.
Teams have to adapt.
How many times have you been here, Luca?
This is my first time.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what a chance. Like, just being invited on the ULTI.TV team on a great tournament on an island in the midst of a winter in Paris. I'm just like escaping and playing with the best in the world.
Like and subscribe, etc., etc. Little inside break to get things started. I love that.
Great flow.
To the handler just rushing through, so they're seeing things develop in front of them. Then just trying to grind that upline cut. Now up air underneath it. Can she read it?
That's
Not
a
quite.
very German offense, you know? Basket plays the same way. They hit an under, and that under hits, let's say, Nico Müller on a bump, and then he's in a power position. That makes him, he's such a good thrower, and then that makes him, like,
And he's, you know, they're perfectly
timed.
capable like hucking from standstill, but if you can get them in power position with defenders trailing a little bit, it's so much more damaging because you're catching it as well, and you're already seeing things develop in front of you. Short field turn there for No Limits, going to give Woodies a disc back. Oh, my word, going with the scuba, and it was not the option on that occasion.
Yeah, turnover on that pass. Passes are lacking spin. You gotta be throwing with high spin on the beach. And have active receivers.
Really got to get the snap and torque through the wrist.
Yeah.
So can they coax another short field turn here?
Let's see. Oh.
Oh, the drop is going to give them the opportunity that they need.
I want to see Woody scoring upwind. Can they do it? Looking for the inside.
Around. Ah, no, not there.
This is sad. He's going deep again. And yeah, it's been 2 times that this guy stops on deep cuts. You want to be looking at your thrower, and if there is no pump fake, keep running in case. but it's great because he's stretching the field, and I like that.
Yeah, so often I think you feel like teams, when it's windy, they feel like, well, we're not going to take the deep shots on, so we're still not going to give that option. But I think you have to have that element of verticality to your offense.
Yes.
Otherwise, everything gets so compressed.
And you see Woody struggling going upwind. As I said, that a good huck goes upwind. It's really well shot. And now, yeah, still they're struggling going upwind. So I guess shooting and defending on that far end zone is kind of good choice. We've seen hand blocks. We've seen it's tough to go upwind in these windy conditions.
Yeah, and when you can see that your opponent's having a tough time of things as well, you can afford to play the field position game a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily sexy Frisbee, but it can be very effective.
Yeah.
Going to get the disc on the sideline. Probably just beyond midfield. Disc rolls it from the far side. Well, not sure it was the intended target, but good backup and good awareness.
Definitely not, but that works. Oh yeah, that's a good upline, somehow.
And now surely this is the upwind score.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And eventually they are able to make it work. They had enough opportunities that probably be a little bit frustrated they couldn't get it done earlier, but they had a really good defensive mindset there. Happy, hey, doesn't matter we didn't, we'll just go out there and we'll get ourselves more opportunities. Sun beating down in the Canarian sky here at CFC. Mojito's in full flow. Not for me, sadly, but the night is young. Need to get our. We need to make sure we get Steph on our party tickets. No limit. Pumps downfield. Wants to take on the around break, doesn't see it. Scuttling to get free, stalls rising, gonna have to do something. So putting it deep and a fingertip catch on the layout. Playing things in the margins. And that one is zinged deep. It's gonna be tracked in off the hands.
That's sad, it was looking good.
Thought they might have the up line cut available. They didn't want it. Instead, they are going to shoot deep. And, well, I like the idea. I think the Woody sideline quite liked it as well, but saying put a bit more air underneath it so that you can give someone a chance to chase it down. It was too flat.
Throw it nose up. Make it float forever. Give your receiver a chance. This is step one of good throwing.
Woodies are going to get another opportunity. A break here would bring them into half with a 7-2 lead. About half an hour gone. Game's to 45 minutes if you've not reached the 13-point cap. Taking on the instant break backhand down the sideline. I love that option. Getting rewarded for the aggression on the throw.
Yeah, we've seen that throw work. 13 has been throwing it, 23 has been throwing it. It's great. High release backhand. Make it float. Go in the break side.
It feels like that is the signature Woody's throw, isn't it? Just a
Might
slight
be.
elevated
Might be.
release on it.
I've been here 7 times, and most of the time people hang out outside the bar. Yo bonito to a tree, it is
when you're in a situation like this where you're down big in a game and time is kind of ticking down on you, how do you keep the mindset focused?
I'm just thinking about executing little things well. Just go out there, position very well in the handling sets, give clear options, play safe. You don't want to frustrate your teammates more. This is huge, I think.
I'm thinking back to our Murciélagos game this morning, and it felt like there was a period of the game kind of either side of half where we almost forgot about what the score was, and it was just, let's just play the point in front of us. And if you could do that for a few points in a row, all of a sudden things look dramatically different.
Great put. Oh, massive bump on the mark.
I think that might be a foul. It's not my job to call it from the sideline, but I'd be surprised if it was not accepted, and indeed it is.
I don't understand their force. Are they flick? Are they middle? Seems like a middle. Yeah, that's a middle. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, sags off into that lane to try and stop the downfield option, and Woody's sensible, taking the swing.
It's definitely working in that end zone, and yeah, they've been overbiting on these resets, and then that gives the upline like break side, if that makes sense, just behind the.
And you have the little inside-out shape on it, just to lead it beyond the defender.
Exactly.
He's open on the far side.
Yes, a scuba would be nice.
And then they have the little underneath, but instead trying to split that sag, and does so well. Threads the needle into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, another upwind score. Great job, Woodies. They're definitely the better team out there in this game.
Yeah, you wonder if they'd played at another point in the weekend, whether the game might have been different, because it's a bit windier than it has been, so maybe if they play when it's more still, perhaps it's a more level contest. Of course, maybe, when you play some teams, I've seen them play, and it's like they're definitely morning teams, and it's like they're first thing of the day, they're up and raring and ready to go, and then as the day goes, they kind of lose a bit of energy. And there are other teams where like they're afternoon teams, like first game of the day is when they're vulnerable because they're not all clicked in yet, but after they've got a game or two under their belt, all of a sudden they've it felt like they've dialed into something. That's a really good pull as well. And I think it just rolls out the back of the end zone, so it is going to give them the opportunity to take it to the front.
Again, we see a host tag. It seems far to me. It's difficult.
I think they're still
trying. This might be a good option. Yeah, but upwind is like, yeah, it's very tricky to shoot, and this gives defenders like such a. They can't defend super hard no under because few people are willing to shoot that upwind. Oh, that's an open
high release backhand coming down the line. You know it.
Woody's cooking.
At this point, I'd think about adjusting that force because they've got that high release break backhand all day, and if you can't stop it, then just say, hey, you can throw it, but we'll make you throw it to the open side where our defenders are, rather than to the break side when we're going to be slightly out of position.
This might have been a backhand force, so I'm thinking maybe adjust hands height. Put it there, make him throw low release.
Yeah, threaten the release point.
I don't know.
I'm with you on that, and you don't necessarily need to have a big thrower for that. You can have someone who's a bit smaller on the force, as long as they're active and they're in your face about it.
Yeah. Be a dog.
Exactly. Have a look at the X-ray and then find that he's got that dog in him. Which, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I've seen you drink out of a dog bowl. Didn't Gentle have like a break dog bowl last year?
Absolutely. We've been doing the Selly. Yeah, been playing with Gentle boys. That was fun. And they identify as dogs. And they are.
Oh, they are. They're a lively bunch. I'll put it that way.
I don't know if it's a secret, but I'm gonna leak it. In the group chats on Messenger, every player has a dog name
Oh, nice.
I'll leak Toby the Cran's name, which is Top Hunt. He's the top dog. Oh, yeah. Toby has been the leader for this team, and he deserves that surname. Some have funnier nicknames. It's a great team. I've been having fun with them. And repping this weekend still Aaron's jersey, because it's mint. Same color as our jersey.
How's Aaron doing in his recovery?
I think he's doing good. Beginning was very, very hard.
Yeah.
Some pain. Some people don't have pain after the surgery, but he did.
That's good awareness to pick up on the overthrow there. Floated high, too high and too far.
So for those who don't know, Aaron van der Weghe is a handler for Gentle, and he tore, you say in English? His ACL.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, if I'm Belgian, I think I'm never going to Windmill again, because every year there's one of them that seems to do an ACL.
Yeah, Windmill is such a tough tournament. Lots
Yeah.
of games, high intensity, because it's a Swiss draw.
And you don't get the downtime. It's one off, hard all weekend. So yeah, it's really tough to kind of have that preservation instinct at times.
That's a great throw, nice touch. He was willing to have receivers deep, but goes for the reset, staying safe. This is floating. Good D, good
Yeah.
D, that's a good D.
A risky biscuit, but had good defensive positioning there. Got in front, got the hands high, able to get a tip. There might be a stoppage here for an injury.
Yeah, again, it's the same player as earlier. Seemed like, I don't know, maybe fragile ankles or something. I hope she's good. She went back to the pitch earlier and played well, so I hope.
Oh, I think she just got the elbow landed on the back of her head a little bit there.
Yeah.
So probably hopefully just a little bit tender and nothing.
Take it easy. Don't get concussed.
Yeah, I think it's something that we kind of don't really have that much awareness of in Frisbee, and certainly there's not the. I don't feel like there's the same
protocols.
Yeah, and there's certainly not the same culture of if you get a concussion, well, you got to keep playing. You got to grit it out and fight it out, because in the same with like in a football match, for example, you know, if you show weakness, then people think like, yeah, it makes you a lesser player. Whereas actually, you should think if you've got a concussion, you should probably do nothing. Like, do not risk that.
Although the NFL is getting really strict about it now, when there is risk of concussion, they're testing immediately and taking players out of the game in a forced way.
Yeah, I think there might come a point.
That's a sick block, man.
That is a sick block. Yeah, more than happy to be cut off by that, because that was a blading throw. It was tough to get there, and I feel like the receiver actually got themselves into a good position, but just trying to track it all the way into the breadbasket, kept following the play, and it was just out in front. There was a bit of contact afterwards as well, but saying, hey, that was fine. You got the block clean enough. Let's go. A little over 5 minutes left till the end of the game. There's the deep shot coming from Woodies. This is a really nicely weighted deep shot as well. Again, didn't overthrow it, let the wind do the work.
Absolutely, nice inside and a great inside to finish it off. Yeah, they've been throwing better, and this reflects the scoreboard. 10-2. Woodies have been dicing, can you say that? Like throwing well? Is that a word? No.
Yeah, they've been slicing and dicing.
I'm trying. I love your like word plays, but I'm not a native speaker. So
no, honestly, I have so much respect for anyone who can commentate on their non-native language. Like, French would be my closest, and I could not commentate in French at all. Not without deeply offending everyone.
Yeah, sorry to everyone if I deeply offend. Like,
Where is a badge of honor? Like, it's interesting though, like communicating with teammates as well in a language that's not their first language. Because speaking to Maya earlier this week, and I was like, Maya, you're dealing out there, and she was like, what does dealing mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it means you put up some 6 rows. She was like, oh, okay.
Also, someone was like, hey, let's go mob Noah, and everyone was like, do we need to fight Noah? Do we need to hug Noah? What's mob?
Just go and give him a little love bomb. I was so happy that Noah got out there in the last game. And he had Bastian Spiegel in his back pocket.
Cooked him.
trying to keep the disc moving quickly before that defense gets set. And just see there the frustration, just the clap of the hands, like that's what should have happened. Just wasn't to be. Then blading it. Oh, the tip. Just, I was going to say, didn't completely, I thought, get rid of it, but it did enough to tip it round the post and out of that far sideline. And there's going to be no chance at a receiver getting it.
Oh! I just saw a sick bit on the other field.
I'm trying to work out who that is over there. I think that's Zanar Cans versus someone.
Yeah, French team.
Yeah, we played them in our first game yesterday. All that's going to be tipped. It's going to be a little bit of 500s, and it's slapped down by Woodies.
You could slap that harder and gain yards. Yeah, that would be fun. Just go yeet.
Might be a little bit harder on the sand, but definitely indoors. I've seen teams playing a wall and get a block in the wall and have the disc slide all the way to the other end zone. It's like, haha!
Field position.
Serves you right. Haha! I'm getting a lot of stick from everyone behind me in the booth. Ribbed, that's the word. I wouldn't call it bullying, lads. But that's just because I'm hardened to these sort of things by now. That one a little bit low. Hands up in apology. Looking to maybe the lead through to the handler. No, just going back into the backfield. Wanted the strike, wasn't there. We'll take the swing as well. Going backwards at the moment, the throw's low. Kept alive. Gonna jam it down the line, it blades, but is received.
So we were saying it's hot out there, and Arvids just came in clutch, saying I was like looking like a lobster, gave me his jersey, because I'm sitting in the sun, and he was like, man, don't get sunburned.
You need to cover up, son.
You're too white, you little French kid.
Good to have someone looking out for you, which,
man,
to be fair, yesterday I got, or actually even this morning, I think I got up and was like, wow, I really caught the sun yesterday. I was not creamed enough.
Yeah, I've been only protecting my lips.
A wise philosopher once told me you've got to burn to turn, but I don't think that's good advice.
Nah. We don't want cancer. That shit is not nice.
Going to have a timeout here on the field, so they're going to give us another opportunity to hear from some of the wonderful sponsors who are helping to support the action here in CFC. Don't go anyway. We'll be back on the other side. Woodies with a big lead here over No Limit, 10-2. Woodies trying to end things here. Putting air underneath it, defender should get it. Oh, I think he did enough just to put the receiver off, and it span right out of his hands. He was in the perfect position, and he let it evade him.
That was such an opportunity to get a sick layout bid.
Air underneath it. That one over the first receiver, but not the second. Really good backup. Gotta love that field awareness. Now continuing to break down the far sideline. Oh, this is going to be popped up. Caught regardless. And they managed to get it against the wind. It's way too little too late, because with the hooter gone and the game not within 10 points, it is all going to be in vain for No Limit. But nice for them to end on a high, and they go through a slap of hands. But Woodies, I think,
is at the end of the game.
Yeah, very much good value for their victory here. 10-3 final score, and you can't really say that they didn't deserve it.
Yeah, I'm happy No Limit got that score upwind.
Yeah, it's always nice to end the game on the high, even if things haven't gone your way for the bulk of the action. Stay tuned here to ULTI.TV's coverage of CFC, coming from the middle bracket next up, before we finish with some quarter-final action at the end of the day. Luca, thanks for joining me here in the booth. Pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Bench. It was a pleasure.
Keep your eyes peeled to ULTI.TV. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. You know what to do. And for Luca Bouchon, Benji Rees, we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.